At least 300 yaks have been found dead in the Mukuthang and Yumthang areas of North Sikkim due to prolonged starvation lasting for more than 4 months. It began in December last year when a sizable herd of domesticated yaks from Lachen went for grazing to Mukuthang and Yumthang. But the road leading to these two places got blocked in December due to heavy snowfall in the area. So much so that these yaks got completely disconnected from the last motorable point. The blockade was cleared only 5 days ago, after which a team comprising of the Sub-Divisional Magistrate of North Sikkim, accompanied by vets, went looking for the yaks, only to find, to their dismay, carcasses of more than 300 yaks who died battling starvation since the time that the road got blocked. All these yaks belong to mostly herders and farmers of the Lachen area who make a living out of cattle rearing. The owners were dejected to receive the news of the deaths, 250 of which have been reported from Mukuthang and more than 50 from Yumthang. Meanwhile, the government has announced a compensation of rupees 30,000 each to the yak owners per yak, but the maximum that a single owner is liable to get or receive is 90,000. So anyone losing beyond 3 yaks would be compensated only for 3. Just to inform our viewers here, the areas where the deaths occurred is 4 hours from the last motorable point in North Sikkim, Guru Dongmar, and is very close to the line of actual control with China. Meanwhile, wildlife conservationist Usha Lachungpa expressed grave concern about the deaths of the yaks.
The heavy snowfall incident seems to be happening in some kind of cyclic way. Sometimes there is too much, sometimes there is a little, but this seems to be a time when we have been caught unprepared. Because normally, like before winter, people stock up on feed for the livestock. This time it seems like now people are sending feed, the government is trying to send. Maybe it's a good gesture for those animals which have survived. But looking at their weakness, they may not survive too long, some of them may be. So even though the area is reserve forest, the area is under jurisdiction of the military, but the animal husbandry department, all other line departments have some role to play, but which becomes overshadowed by the national imperatives. And so when you are making roads, then you should have some thought in mind ki what about the yaks that are grazing there? Where is their grazing gone? Because in the cold desert the topsoil is very thin and plants take decades to regenerate. Now once you have devastated a road area for making road or for digging or for carpeting, you have destroyed decades of worth of habitat for the animals. We are at some kind of threshold, beyond which I think we will not be able to sustain the populations. So if the yak population has gone down, it will take a long time for the population to regenerate and come back. Again, this area is shared by wild animals, like the greatly endangered, I would say the animals on the verge of extinction, like the Tibetan argali, the Tibetan wild ass, the Tibetan gazelles. These also sharing the same landscape. Now because yak are domesticated, we have been able to get a general count. But nobody is counting the wild animals which have died in that, which are crucial to keep that landscape alive.
Meanwhile, Pema Wangdi, who is a yak owner of Lachen village in North Sikkim, said the shortage of food stock led to the deaths of the yaks. Alright, and now we'll listen in to what North Sikkim Deputy Commissioner Raj Yadav had to say about the deaths of the yaks.
और इस वक्त हमसे जुड़ रहे हैं उत्तर सिक्किम के जिला उपायुक्त राज यादव जी कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत है। हम आपसे जानना चाहते हैं कि जो 300 इतनी बड़ी संख्या में याकों की मौत की खबर है, तो क्या प्रशासन को इससे पहले इनकी संख्या के बारे में पता था और क्या कुछ प्रशासन की तरफ से किया गया था?
हाँ जी, हमें दिसंबर से पता था कि दिसंबर के टाइम में हेवी स्नोफॉल हुआ था और उस टाइम सारे के सारे रास्ते बंद हो गए थे मुकुथांग के। तो बहुत सारे याक वहाँ से इविकेट हो चुके थे, लेकिन कुछ याक फंस गए थे वहाँ पे। लोगों को इविकेट कर लिया गया था ऑलरेडी, जो भी वहाँ पे केयर टेकर करने वाले थे। लेकिन रास्ता बंद होने के कारण फिर बाद में ये रिपोर्ट था कि अप्रोक्स 400-300 के लगभग याक फंस गए हैं वहाँ पे। तो अभी रिपोर्ट हमारे पास में आ रही है और अप्रोक्स अभी हमें रिपोर्ट मिला है कि लगभग 300 के लगभग डेड बॉडीज मिल चुकी है याक्स की, और ये नंबर थोड़ा बहुत और भी बढ़ सकता है। जैसे जैसे सर्वे आगे बढ़ेगा तो नंबर बढ़ सकता है।
जी तो सिक्किम में बर्फबारी एक आम बात है, यहाँ पर बर्फबारी होती रहती है। और जिन इलाकों की बात करें तो ये कहा जा रहा है कि ये चाइना बॉर्डर से सटा हुआ इलाका है। तो क्या इसमें लोगों को वहाँ जाने की कुछ अड़चने भी है, प्रशासनिक अड़चने जो कहा जाए?
हाँ, ये स्पेशल परमिट लेकर लोग जाते हैं वहाँ पे, और आईटीबीपी का एरिया है वहाँ पे, आईटीबीपी वहाँ पे तैनात रहती है। तो उसी जो भी लोकल लोग हैं वो वहाँ पे पशुपालन करते हैं और याक वगैरह रखते हैं ताकि अपनी आजीविका चला सकें। और उसी दौरान ये ऐसा हुआ, तो ये फ्रेश स्नोफॉल हो गया था, इसके कारण जितनी भी ग्रीनरी भी थी और जितने प्लांट्स थे वो भी नष्ट हो गए थे।
So Deputy Commissioner of North Sikkim there, Raj Yadav, mentioning that the death toll could even rise higher than 300.